So, here you are, standing at the edge of something inevitable. The end. It's a word that carries so much weight, isn't it? It's heavy with the unspoken, the unresolved, the fear of what lies beyond. But here's the truth, the one that we often avoid: endings are inevitable. We can't escape them, no matter how tightly we hold on, no matter how hard we try to fight against them. Yet there's a part of us that resists. That whispers, maybe, just maybe, I can avoid this. We cling to the familiar, to the comfort of what we know, even when that comfort is suffocating. We hold on to relationships that have long passed their expiration date, hoping that something will change, that it will get better. We keep friendships that drain our energy, our joy, because we fear the silence that might follow if we let them go. We stay in jobs that no longer serve us, because the unknown feels too daunting, too terrifying to face. But deep down, we know the truth. We know when something is over. We feel it in our bones, in that quiet, persistent voice inside that tells us it's time to move on. And yet we hesitate. We hesitate because endings feel like failures. Because we've been taught to view them as something to be avoided, as if letting go is a sign of weakness. But here's where we shift the narrative. What if endings weren't something to fear, but something to embrace? What if, instead of viewing them as the closing of a door, we saw them as the opening of a new one? What if we could find peace in the acceptance that everything, every relationship, every chapter of our lives has a beginning, a middle, and yes, an end? It's not easy. Acceptance is a journey, not a destination. It's a process of peeling back the layers of fear, of grief, of what-ifs, and sitting with the discomfort of what is. It's allowing ourselves to feel the loss, the sadness, the uncertainty, without trying to change it or push it away. It's understanding that life isn't black and white. There is so much gray, and within that gray is where we find our growth, our strength. Think about the times in your life when you knew something had to end. Maybe it was a relationship that had grown toxic, where love had turned into something that hurt more than it healed. Maybe it was a friendship that had become one-sided, where you were giving more than you were receiving, and it was slowly wearing you down. Maybe it was a job that no longer fulfilled you, that left you drained and uninspired. You felt the weight of it, didn't you? That heavy, sinking feeling in your chest that told you things couldn't go on like this. But you stayed. You stayed because the alternative, walking away, felt too daunting. You worried about what others would think, about how they would judge you. You feared the unknown, the space that would be left behind if you let go. But here's the thing. By holding on to what no longer serves us, we are denying ourselves the chance to grow, to heal, to find something better. We are trapping ourselves in a cycle of pain and stagnation, when what we truly need is to move forward. Endings are not the enemy. They are a natural part of life, a necessary part of our journey. They are the way we clear space for new beginnings, for new opportunities, for new love, new friendships, new paths. They are the way we evolve, the way we become who we are meant to be. So, what does it mean to accept an ending? It means acknowledging that something has reached its conclusion and that it's okay to let it go. It means allowing yourself to feel the sadness, the grief, the fear, without letting it consume you. It means trusting that, in time, you will heal and that something beautiful will grow in the space that has been created. It means being brave enough to write your own ending in your own way. Because here's the truth, you get to decide how your story unfolds. You get to choose what you take with you, and what you leave behind. You get to create your own closure, your own sense of peace. And sometimes that means walking away from something you once thought you could never live without. It means ending a relationship that no longer brings you joy even if it once did. It means setting boundaries with people who drain your energy even if it's difficult. It means leaving a job that no longer aligns with your values even if it feels safe. It's not easy. In fact, it's one of the hardest things you will ever do. But it's also one of the most empowering. Because in letting go, in embracing the end, you are taking back your power. You are choosing to live in a way that honors your truth, your needs, your growth. And isn't that what self-love is all about? Loving yourself enough to let go of what no longer serves you. Loving yourself enough to trust that you deserve better. Loving yourself enough to believe that you are strong enough to face the unknown and to find beauty in the new beginnings that follow. So here you are, standing at the edge of something inevitable. You can't fight the ending, but you can choose how you meet it. With grace, with strength, with love. You can choose to see it not as a failure, but as a step forward. You can choose to create your own closure, to write your own ending, to find peace in the gray. Because the truth is, you are the author of your own life. And every ending, no matter how painful, is just a chapter in your story. A chapter that leads to something new, something beautiful, something that is uniquely, wonderfully yours. So take a deep breath. Trust in your strength. And know that whatever comes next, you are ready. The world doesn't always make it easy for us to embrace endings. We're bombarded with messages that tell us to keep pushing, to keep trying, to never give up. But there's a difference between perseverance and stubbornness. There's a difference between fighting for something that's worth saving and clinging to something that's already slipping away. Recognizing that difference is crucial to your growth, your peace, your journey. Think about those moments when you held on too long. When you ignored your intuition, that deep inner knowing that something was over. You may have told yourself that things would change, that if you just tried harder, things would go back to the way they were. But they didn't, did they? Instead, you found yourself more exhausted, more disillusioned, more disconnected from your own truth. We've all been there. We've all had those moments when we wished we could turn back time, undo the decisions that led us to a painful ending. But here's the thing, those moments are where our power lies. In acknowledging the end, in accepting it, we find the strength to write a new beginning. And that's what life is, a series of endings and beginnings, a constant evolution of who we are and who we are becoming. It's okay to mourn what's ending. It's okay to feel the weight of that loss, to grieve the future you thought you would have. But don't let that grief hold you back. Don't let it keep you stuck in a place that no longer serves you. Instead, let it be the catalyst that propels you forward, that gives you the courage to embrace what comes next. The truth is, you are stronger than you know. You've survived every ending you've ever faced, and you've come out the other side, perhaps a little scarred, but also a little wiser, a little more resilient. Each ending has taught you something about yourself, about what you need, about what you deserve. And those lessons are the seeds of your future, the foundation on which you will build the next chapter of your life. So, as you stand here at the edge of this ending, remember this: you are the creator of your own story. You have the power to choose how it unfolds, to decide what you carry with you and what you leave behind. And as you take that next step into the unknown, know that you are walking towards something new, something beautiful, something that is uniquely, wonderfully yours. Take a deep breath. Feel the strength within you. And trust that whatever comes next, you are ready. You've got this. The world is waiting for the next chapter of your story. So go ahead, turn the page. Embrace the end and welcome the beginning.